Hello everyone. Today I have a quick core and glute stability workout for you. You're not going to need any equipment today, so when you're ready, find some space to move and let's get started. Make your way to the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in, reach up overhead, and a long breath out to forward fold. Inhale, flat back position, and we'll exhale, forward fold. Then slowly walk your hands all the way out to a high plank position. We'll hold here just for a few seconds to warm up through the core. In a moment here, we'll begin to drop one knee at a time for 10 total reps. Here we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, gently tapping the mat, 5, 6, keep the core braced, 7, 8, final 2, 9, and 10. Now lower to tabletop position, we'll move into 10 bird dogs, extending opposing limbs. Reach for 1, and down, other side, 2, and down. Continuing this motion, keeping the core braced, neck is nice and long. There's 4, and down. Looking for stability through the center, 5, and down. Almost through. Squeezing the glutes as you extend the back legs. You can move at your own pace here. If you don't do the exact same amount of reps as me, that's totally fine. Let's do a couple more. 1, and down. Final rep, 2, and down. Now inhale and lift the knees just a couple of inches off the ground for a bear hold. Then exhale, lift the hips up and back for a downward dog. We're going to do this 4 more times. Inhale, bear hold. Exhale, downward dog. Never letting the knees touch the ground. Inhale, bear hold. Exhale, downward dog. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Final round. Inhale. And exhale. Now slowly lower to the knees. We're going to transition into your kickbacks. 8 per side, starting on the right leg. There's 1. Squeezing through the glutes. Lifting the heel for 2. And 3. Keep the hips square and the core braced. There's your halfway point. Final 3 here, keeping the neck long. Last 1. Now lift that leg, sweep it all the way in for a low lunge. And then we'll bring the arms up by the ears and lift the back knee, high lunge. Once you're situated, we'll add a little bit of a pulse here, squeezing through the glutes and the core. Keep the abs strong, chest open. And then we'll bring the arms back down to frame the front foot. Leg comes back through tabletop and switch sides, starting with the kickbacks. Left leg kicks up, heel poking up to the sky, driving through that working glute. 4 more here. 3, 2, last 1. And then again, bring that leg all the way up and in for a low lunge position. Arms sweep up by the ears. Then add that lift of the back knee. Once again, find your strength, get situated before we add little pulses, making sure these pulses are controlled. We're not bouncing, we're using our muscles to slowly lift and lower. Almost through, and then bring the hands down. Leg comes back through tabletop position. We're going to repeat, this time doing fire hydrants, starting on the left leg, lifting that knee out to the side at a right angle, trying to get it as high as you can. See if you can lift it up to your hip height while keeping the shoulders square and the abs strong. Let's do 3 more on this side. 2, last one, 1. Now extend the back leg out behind you, squeeze the glute before lowering the leg back to tabletop and switching sides. Lifting the right leg out for your fire hydrant. Exhale as you lift. Again, move at your own pace here. If you don't do the exact number of reps I'm doing, that's totally fine. Wherever you are, let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. Then extend that leg back out behind you, squeeze the glute, and return through tabletop. Then we'll step our toes back into a high plank position and bring one knee up and into your chest at a time for a climber crunch, tapping the toes to the mat. Let's do 6 more here. 4, 3, 2, final rep, staying strong. And then lower the knees to the mat, toes together, knees wide. Send the hips back for an extended child's pose, reaching the arms forward and dropping the chest to the mat. Take a few deep breaths here as you open up through the hips. And then make your way to your back. We're going to start into some glute bridges. Once you're laying down on your back, bring your heels in close to your glutes, feet about hip width apart, arms above the shoulders, palms facing each other. Now squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up to the sky, pushing down through the heels and keeping the core braced. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, final 2, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the hips down and bring the feet right together. 8 more bridges, this time with a narrow stance. Keep exhaling as you lift. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, final rep. 1, slowly lower the hips down and we'll bring one leg up at a time to 90 degrees to move into dead bugs, dropping opposing limbs. Exactly what we did in your bird dog, but this time we're on your back. Keep the lower back pressed to the mat, core in. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the legs at 90 degrees and drop the arms above the head. We'll exhale and swing them around to lift the head, neck, chest, and shoulders for a windmill crunch, trying to tap your fingers behind the legs. Keep the neck long, lift from your center. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the legs back down. We'll return to semi-supine, feet flat, hip width apart. This time we're alternating between a standard bridge, lift, and lower, and then a narrow bridge, feet together, lift, and lower, adjusting your stance every time the hips touch the ground. Moving at your own pace here. Let's do 6 more. Almost through. 4, 3, final 2, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the hips down, and we'll extend the legs straight up above the hips, bring the hands behind the head, and lift the head, neck, chest, and shoulders once more. Inhale, drop the legs. Exhale, lift them right back up to where you started. Using the core to drive this motion, keeping that lower back pressed down firmly. Inhale on the drop, exhale on the lift. Let's do 5 more. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now keep the legs lifted. Drop them just slightly as you extend the arms forward and lift even higher for a boat pose. You can just hold here or add some little pulses. Keep the arms strong, pressing the palms towards the floor. And then relax. Hug the knees in and take a breath. When you're ready, make your way to lay down on your left side with your legs extended, propping your head up in your hands. Now squeeze the glute to lift the top leg and slowly lower with control, keeping the hips, knees, and toes pointed forward. Brace the core here as well, keeping everything nice and strong. Nothing is moving except that lifting leg. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last 1. 1. Bring that leg back down. Now bend the knees for clamshell kicks. Lift the top knee, then extend the leg. Bring the toes together and lower the knee. Lift, extend, toes together, lower. Lift, extend, toes together, lower. Same thing here, keep that core braced. Driving the control from your glutes. Almost through. Final rep, lift, extend. Now bring that leg back in line with your hip and move into pulses. Lifting and lowering the leg in a very small range of motion with control. Don't forget to keep the abs strong. And slowly lower that leg back down. Now make your way into a side plank from your forearm to your ankles. Next, we'll add threads by inhaling and reaching the top arm to the sky. Then exhale, reach it underneath your obliques and lift your hips. We'll repeat this 4 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift the hips. Lifting those hips up nice and high. 1 more rep. Now keep that top arm extended. We'll add hip lifts, getting the hips up as high as possible. Using those obliques, keep the core strong. And then we'll lower to the ground and transition to our right side to begin our kicks, our leg lifts on the other side. Same thing here. Keep the hips stacked. Keep the core strong. Isolate the movement to the leg. You can point through the toe if you like here. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last 1. And let that go. Fold the legs for your clamshell kicks. Lift the knee, extend, toes together, lower. Knee, extend, toes together, lower. Lifting that knee as high as you can every time you open up for your clamshell. I'll say it again, move at your own pace here, focus on form. Almost through, then we're going to move into those pulses. Lifting the knee up, extend, and find that pulse. Squeezing through that top glute. Squeezing through your center. Keep the core strong. And then release. We'll transition to your side plank on the opposite side. Coming up on the forearm and the ankles. Extending the top arm in just a second here for your threads. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, thread, lift the hips. Inhale, reach. And exhale, thread. Don't forget to keep length in the neck. Almost through. And then adding those hip lifts, shooting your hips to the ceiling, and then slowly lowering down to the mat, we'll transition to a forearm plank. Coming to your elbows and stepping the feet back. Actively pull in the core here. Breathing deep. You've got this. And then we'll slowly lower the knees down and transition to a downward facing dog. Find a stretch here. If you like, you can pick up your right hand and reach it towards your left ankle for a twist, getting deeper into the spine and the shoulder. If this doesn't work for you, just stay in a standard downward dog. If you added a twist, let's transition to the other side. Now left hand reaches for the right ankle. And wherever you are, release that downward dog, lower the knees to the mat, toes together, knees wide, and drop the chest one more time for an extended child's pose. We are going to finish today here, so relax and keep breathing for a bit longer if you like, or you can make your way to a comfortable seat to close. All right, everybody, that is your core and glute stability check-in. I hope you enjoyed today's quick workout. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.